Hello and welcome to Spitbucket. I'm Elie, and today we have a very special guest on board, Dan Carwood. Welcome
Thank
on
you
board.
very much for having me.
Dan, in 60 seconds,
Yep.
tell the viewers a bit about yourself.
Right, my name's Dan. I work in the wine trade here in Sydney, and I'm currently a victorious cricket-loving Pom.
Ken would absolutely love you, that's for sure.
So I've had a very good few weeks recently, watching a lot of cricket, drinking a little bit of wine, and generally trying not to bubble over too much and annoy all the people around me.
When you say a little bit of wine, you mean?
Oh, it's been a good Christmas. My family was in town from England, and so we had a few barbecues.
Yeah,
you know.
That's good. And you studied wine.
Yeah, studied wine business at the University of Adelaide in 2003.
Okay.
A very short career in banking in London will do that to you. Absolutely hated it. Thought, what can I do?
So you were corporate, and you said one day, you know what, I love wine too much.
For 1 year, I have to say,
Okay.
I was pretty bad at it. And then I just thought, sod that, let's go to Australia and study wine. That sounds like a much more fun idea.
Well, I think
worked out quite well.
Everyone would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, no problem. I'm not sure about James though. Okay, so today we're having something very special. What are we doing today?
We're going to try 4 fantastic Rieslings today, all of them from Australia, as part of the Summer of Riesling
What is the
revolution
Summer of
that is
Riesling?
happening at the
Everyone's
moment.
been asking me, Elie, what's the Summer of Riesling? What is it?
The Summer of Riesling is an idea that was founded by a bar in New York called Terroir and Hearth, and it's really to promote Riesling. So it's a variety that's always been very popular with wine writers and winemakers, but it's struggled to capture the imagination of drinkers in the last few years. So this is really about getting Riesling out there, getting it in people's mouths, and making sure that people get over their preconceptions of what they might have thought Riesling once was, sort of sweet and nasty stuff from the 70s that their granny drank. This is just some of the finest wine on earth at the moment.
So we'll start with the Clare Pikes.
Into it. So this is the Pikes Traditional 2010 Riesling from Clare. Pikes is a very well-estabed, well-known winemaking and grape growing
Especially
up there.
especially when it comes to Riesling. I mean,
Absolutely.
if you talk to any of the wine lovers, everyone will tell you the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
So immediately you just get those beautiful, like lifted aromas, a little bit of citrus blossom and lime and
Lime, bit of honey as well.
classic kind of Riesling.
Pear. Very nice.
And I think what a lot of people don't realise is that Australia has some of the best dry Rieslings in the world.
We do, that's for
and
sure.
you know, at between $20 and $30 a bottle, pretty much. So
it's
the
a very good
value is
value.
absolutely out of control.
And you know what I love about Riesling too? It's low in alcohol,
Yeah.
so you can match it with food at any time. On the palate. Basically, what you were getting on the nose.
Yeah,
is exactly what you're getting on the palate.
Comes through that lime juice. It's really juicy.
Very nice, yeah.
The taste buds are going, the saliva's going. You know, you want something to eat now to go with
It
it.
makes me think seafood straight away. You know, I mean, I've said that before with Riesling, sashimi. It goes perfectly with it. A young Riesling. It's just beautiful. It's really, really good.
Absolutely. Next, we've gone a little further south, down to Tasmania. Tasmania and this winery in particular, Tamar Ridge, pretty well known now for, on the red side, Pinot Noir, on the white side, sort of more the aromatics, the Riesling, Gewürztraminer, a bit of Chardonnay as well, Pinot Gris. So,
and it's considered a cooler climate too, Tassie.
Yeah, it is. But I think the interesting thing about Tasmania is massive variations in geography. So there are some cooler. It's generally cooler. But part of some of the Tamar River, where this is from, it actually gets a little bit warmer. So Riesling's a long, slow ripening variety, so you do need to get that warmth towards the
Gunpowder?
summer. Yeah, so you're getting a little bit more, definitely more mineral, stony kind of character there, which is something that comes through in a lot of Riesling.
Really, really good on the nose. You're getting that minerality, but at the same time, it's got a bit of floral in it too, which is really nice. I'll tell you what, James, you would love them. Unfortunately, you can't try them.
And they're so refreshing. Even in, this 35-degree heat here, it feels.
Yeah,
it's still...
I think it is about 40 degrees, especially with the lights that James bring on board. But I'll tell you what, the finish on this thing is a bit short, I think.
It's a different style, so I wouldn't say it's short. Perhaps not as long as the traditional, but...
I think Dan's being a bit nice. It's shorter. It's there, but a bit of... I mean, it's not that long. It's not a long finish. It's a short finish.
Okay, I'll let you have that one.
Next. The Henschke. Now, we're having an age or bit of age on a Riesling to see the difference. So we're getting a lot of lime, a lot of citrus, minerals. What do you expect from an aged Riesling before we even smell it?
Well, I'd hope to still see that citrus character there, but you will get often a lot more of that mineral character comes through, and certainly you might start to see some honeyed characters. So Riesling has a tendency to go a little bit that way.
Or a bit of petrol as well.
So that's one of these kind of old debates in Riesling and in the world.
That's what we do.
Classically see a little bit of sometimes that kerosene character due to a certain compound that turns up in Riesling grapes, and above a certain level, it can feel quite kerosene-y. So at a low level, it adds complexity, but at a very high level, it's probably a bit too much for people to get their head around. And
with the Henschke, they usually age the fermentation is done in tanks, and then they put it straight into the bottle. It's not aged anywhere else.
No. So this will have been bottled young and released recently.
And matured in the bottle itself. They let it mature in the bottle, not in the tank or in anything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I think it's important that we mention that.
Straight from the grape, the juice into the bottle.
So you're getting all
done to it.
Exactly. You're getting all the grapes. It's really important to mention that because people always think winemakers play with the wine, etc. But with Henschke's, I was reading about it, and they make sure that it goes straight away from the tank, straight to the bottle, and matures there.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the pioneers of the Australian wine industry, and have been doing a great job with Riesling. This is from the Eden Valley, also in South Australia. They've been doing great stuff with Riesling there since I think the 50s.
They have been.
So looking forward to this one.
So on the nose, you do get. I'm sorry, but you do get that petrol smell.
I think it's not like you've driven into a servo.
No, of course not. Let's give it a new name. Equal petrol. What do you want to call it? Nothing too technical.
Well,
petrol?
I disagree.
What are you getting?
I think you get a little hint of that kerosene.
Yeah, I'm not saying, but I'm saying it's there. I enjoy it. I look forward to actually smelling that in an aged Riesling. Otherwise, I think there's something wrong.
Yeah, but I'm still getting that lime coming.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was just making it obvious that it's there, but you get a lot of the lime, minerals, and a bit of honey too.
Yeah, a little bit of honey.
Very nice on the nose. Very nice on the nose. Amazing. Bit of age, what it can do for everything.
And I think compared to the first two, you really feel that kind of texture a little bit more now. So it's developed. It's a little bit more.
It's not punchy. There's no
the
harsh
acidity
acidity.
is calmed down, and you're getting some really interesting textural character there as well. So quite a different style to what we've just tried.
It's very nice. I really like it. So next, I really don't want to smell it. Do you have to speak, James?
Right.
The last one?
Now, final one we've got, just to show another style again.
Oh, this is really good.
This is from Petaluma, who make some of Australia's best Riesling from the Clare Valley. They've also got a side project called the Project Company, where they experiment each year with some other grapes, some small batches, some different winemaking. So this year in 2009, they made 3 Rieslings, 2 from the Adelaide Hills, a dry one and a sweeter one. And this is what we're trying today, the sweeter one. So it's got 30 grams of residual sugar. Yep. These ones have got 2, 3, that sort of area.
Yep.
30 grams. And there are other sweet ones from the Clare, but we've tried the Adelaide Hills today to get another and look at another region.
Exactly, yeah. So we've tried 4 different regions, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And all 4 of them gave you something different.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what we always talk about here on Spitbucket. The soil is so important because it changes the whole thing about the grape itself.
Exactly. Riesling just literally mirrors the kind of ground and conditions it was grown in.
So on the nose?
Interesting. I'm getting a more of a like a lime sherbety character. You can almost get that. It doesn't. You can't smell the sweetness, but you can smell the slightly sweeter fruit character.
See, the issue is now, Dan, because of the beautiful light that we have in front of us, this is actually warm. So we're not doing it any favour.
This is quite warm now.
Yeah, so whatever we're going to say about it, I don't think it's going to be fair, but I get the pear, and like a really, not ripe pear, it'll be a ripe pear, but like a pear that you've actually cut and you left it there and you ate it. That's what I'm getting. It's really nice.
Yeah.
But I really loved it if it was a bit cooler, so we can see how it tastes.
Yeah, I
the
think
alcohol is too hot at the moment because of the wine is really hot.
Only 10.5% though.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying about that. I'm just saying it's actually warm.
It is a little warm now in the lights.
The bottle is about
What I do think you can
still
see, and the reason I picked this one, the reason I really like this wine, is the balance between the fruit sweetness and that little bit of residual sugar and the acid as well, and it keeps this. Sometimes if it's sweet and cloying, you lose the refreshing character. This is still really, really refreshing, and because the balance is just right, and it's juicy, and I can just feel the mouth kind of.
This is a perfect example
salivating
of sweet Riesling. This is perfect because you can match it with any food, no problem. You can match it with spicy food as well as any other type of food, even with seafood, because it's got that acidity at the end that it would actually make me salivate. So it's perfect. It's really well rounded, as you said, really well balanced.
Yeah.
Even though we're drinking it warm, so it's really good.
Bickford's lime cordial, I reckon. Yeah, a little bit of that.
Very, very nice. Very nice. If you were to rate them, let's rate them. What would you rate them like? Starting with
what's your little rating scale there?
Out of 100.
Oh, out of 100.
Out of 100.
Right. I'm not very experienced with 100 ratings.
Well, just as a consumer, if you were to walk into a bottle shop and pick this bottle of wine, what would you give it?
Can I go out of 20?
You can, and then we can convert it probably. It
doesn't work that way.
Can we convert it, James?
I think starting at the left where we began, I'd probably be going. I think this is a textbook Clare Riesling. It's refreshing. It's beautiful. The character is spot on for the region. So I find very little that you can find fault with this wine, and I'd probably go as high as an 18 out of 20 for that one. The Tamar, possibly not quite as long on the finish as you suggested. I still really liked it. I'm a little bit biased, but probably I'm going to give that one 17. Mm-hmm. The Henschke 03, a very different proposition, and probably drinking in a different situation. Not so much on your balcony at 35 degrees, but superb wine. So that's back up to 18 for me. Yep. And my scores are a bit boring, aren't they? This was the first one I picked, this Petaluma for today, and I love that. So I'm going to go 18.5 for that one.
18.5. Wow, that's excellent. Really good. Well, I'm going to give this a 91 and 88.5. Sorry, Dan. I'm going to give this a 92. I'm going to give this a 91. Really enjoyed them. Thoroughly enjoyed them. I love aged Riesling. Pikes, I think that in 2-3 years is going to be beautiful. In 7 years will be excellent. And this is excellent too. Really, really good.
Great. And I'm looking forward to bringing them down to our tasting now in a couple of hours.
Yep.
So we've got a Riesling Rising tasting tonight, part of a series of Summer of Riesling events. The Sydney bit, I just wanted to say, the Sydney bit's been beautifully organised by Jason Hoy and Stuart from Fix St James. So they've done a fantastic job, and I think Sydney's really getting behind
it.
Riesling
Is, and
now,
I'm really impressed by the amount of people that you meet and how much they're knowledgeable when it comes to wine, and it's great. It makes me really happy. And James, make sure you link it up, link up the event and the website of the guys, and so anyone that's watching us can actually follow these events. And hopefully you'll see Dan and myself down there. Dan, thank you so much for coming down today and bringing these beautiful Rieslings with you. I look forward to the rest of the evening. I know we have plenty of bottles to try. Mm-hmm. Really looking forward to having you on board again. Next time I'll bring Ken down from Brizzy. He's stuck at the moment up there, but we'll bring him down. We can play cricket together.
Yeah.
I know he'll be passionate about it. Guys, let us know. Have you had any of the bottles that we tried today? What do you think of sweet Riesling or dry Riesling? Leave us a comment below. And remember, we spit so that you don't have to. Cheers.
Cheers.
Empty glasses.